I drew a fib level this morning just from the swing low of the VIX, which is back on February 14th. So this was a low on the VIX, February 14th, all the way up to the high of whatever that was, March 11th, 10th, 11th or something, right? Up in here, right here. So I drew a fib level here and projected down the 382, which is right here at about 23, 24. You got the 50% retracement at 22. You got the 618 at 20. You got the 786 at 17 and change. You got the 100%, just below 15. I would say below 16. That's where you are, back in bull market territory. So isn't it interesting? As the VIX pulls back, look where it pulls back to. Bam. Almost to the penny. The pullback on the VIX is to the 618 extension, because once you break the 50, well, let's just say once you break the 382, it opens the door to the 50% retracement, right? So that's like 50% of the move from here to here, right? And here's 50%, give or take, right? If you break the 50% retracement, there's a good chance that it goes on to the 618. The 618 is a heavy level. Holy crap, because if you break through this, that opens the door. The same way if you were looking to go up like this, and you had this pullback, and then you were starting to head back up, 50% would be here, and the 618 would be here. And so a lot of times you will see the retrace or retest of the 50% retracement, and then maybe it goes down. If it breaks the 50 and you're in between this 50 and 618, 61.8% of the move from here to here. That's what that means. You break the 618, that means you have a better than 50-50 shot, closer to 80% chance that you will come back up and retest the high. And if you break the high, you have a better than 80% chance that it'll go to an extension, which would be the 1272 or the 144. There's like a bunch of them here, and the 1618. That's 127% of this move. That's how you read Fibonacci. So 618 is a really potent level to break through. And you can see here on the VIX, can you all see it pretty clear there? You can see it clear there. Look at that. Look what it came down to yesterday. Doink. Let me use yellow. Boom. Everybody see it? Pretty cool. And then so here's the 50. And here's the 618. And guess what the trading range is today? Between the 50 and the 618. Exactly what I told you. It's in the kill zone right here. So whichever way the VIX sways and breaks through, it'll open the door to the next level, which then opens the door conversely to the next level on the SPY. So let me show you this, because this is the key to understanding the market movements. The VIX heavily influences, more than anything, the Mag 7, the mega cap stocks. And the reason for that is that the asset managers, market makers, institutions, all the dark money people, all of the people that we don't know who they are, have algorithmically programmed to sell off Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, Meta, Google, and Netflix, and Tesla sometimes, sell off when the VIX hits certain levels on the way up. It also has buying algos that kick in along the way that can be manually shut off, by the way, to buy when the VIX hits certain levels on the way down. Those are confirmations that you will have market movement. So check this out. The VIX comes down and breaks through a level. Check. Well, it comes to the level. Let's do it like this. So number one, VIX, let's just say on the way down, okay? VIX down to a certain level. Okay, did it come down to that level? Yes. Number two, does it break the level? Yes. When it broke the level, did buying algos kick in? Do you remember when Apple and Meta and Amazon and Google all went up? Right? Did they kick in? Yes, they did. Okay, so then just wait until VIX gets overbought and SPY plus the other stocks get oversold. When you get into this overbought, oversold condition, then number 5, look for what? It starts with B and ends with ounce. You look for the bounce. And then number 6 is what? Level. Bounce to what? Bounce to a level, a previous swing and moving average, a level on the VIX, can be some level, right? And then number 7 is what? Does it break that level? You see what this is doing here? This could be, Michael, the singularly most brilliant, insightful market and movement analysis ever done, right here in this moment. If it breaks the level, then what? Buy, sell. Did it sell off? Did it buy? What did it do? And then you wait for what? The oversold, overbought conditions on VIX and or those stocks. Right? And then the last part of it, what happens? Does it now revert? Does it unbounce? Does it go back into trend? So number 10 is, does it go back into trend or reverse? Right? And how will you know that? If it goes back or whatever? By checking the level. Yeah. How fucking cool is this? This just came out of my brain, like as I was drawing. I mean, I knew what I kind of wanted to say for the number 1 and 2, but look at this. This is it. I know I'm like excited about it, but I'm excited about it because it's so fucking true. Screenshot that, baby. So the VIX, let's look at it in the upper movements, right? The VIX was down here, and the VIX started to move higher and higher and higher and higher, right? It was hitting levels. So VIX on the way up. So, right, this is the reverse. Does it break the level? Remember when we were looking at the levels, guys? Remember when we had 16.25 as a level? Remember 17 was a level? Remember then I told you 20 was the level? You get above 20, holy shit, we're going to get a reversal. And then obviously this is 23. But do you remember these levels going up? So right here, VIX level. Does it break the level? Yes or no? It did. Now here this says, did buying kick in? Did selling kick in? Oh, yes, it did, right? The SPY reversed, Meta went down, Nvidia started to pull back. The question was, would Nvidia and Apple move together? They really didn't, but Microsoft did. We traded Microsoft down, remember? Remember we shorted Microsoft? Remember we shorted Meta? Remember we shorted the SPY? Remember those shorts? This wasn't that long ago. It was the end of February, beginning of March. As the VIX was climbing and breaking through levels, the selling of those kicked in. So we started shorting a whole bunch. Until what? Until the VIX got what? Overbought. The SPY got a bit oversold. And then we started looking for a bounce. We got that bounce, but we started looking at levels. Remember, we were looking at 560, 565s, remember? And then we started looking at 560, 555. Remember, we kept sliding down our strikes. You guys do remember this, right? Levels, levels, levels. Did we break or hold those levels? And what we found is that we held those levels finally. Once it got down to like 555, we held. The VIX was way overbought, SPY was way oversold, and we got the true bounce that turned into a bit of a rebound. And so buying kicked in. So what did we do? We bought the SPY, we bought Amazon, we bought, what are some of the, I think we just started JP Morgan, right? Started buying. So like this is what we're doing. Till what? Till oversold, overbought.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video from Trade With Me Now. Make sure to go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel so you make sure that you catch our next video right when it's released. Also, if you have a question or comment, please leave that in the comment section below. And of course, if you want to learn more about Trade With Me Now or join our community of profitable traders, go to tradewithmenow.com. There's also a link in the description below.